And the Lord said to Moses, saying, Speak to the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, I am the Lord your God. You shall not act according to the practices of the land of Egypt, wherein you lived, and you shall not act according to the practices of the land of Canaan, there where I am bringing you, and you shall not live by their precepts. My judgments you shall perform, and my ordinances you shall keep, to walk by them. I am the Lord your God. And you shall keep all my ordinances and all my judgments, and you shall do them. As for the things a person does, he shall live by them. I am the Lord your God. Person by person shall not approach any of the household of his flesh to uncover shame. I am the Lord. You shall not uncover the shame of your father, and the shame of your mother, for she is your mother. You shall not uncover her shame. You shall not uncover the shame of your father's wife. It is the shame of your father. You shall not uncover her shame, the shame of your sister, from your father or from your mother, whether born at home or born abroad. You shall not uncover their shame, the shame of your son's daughter, or of your daughter's daughter, for it is your own shame. You shall not uncover the shame of your father's wife's daughter. She is your sister by the same father. You shall not uncover her shame. You shall not uncover the shame of your father's sister, for she is of your father's own household. You shall not uncover the shame of your mother's sister, for she is of your mother's own household. You shall not uncover the shame of your father's brother, and you shall not approach his wife, for she is your relative. You shall not uncover the shame of your daughter-in-law, for she is your son's wife. You shall not uncover her shame. You shall not uncover the shame of your brother's wife. It is your brother's shame. You shall not uncover the shame of a woman and her daughter. You shall not take her son's daughter and her daughter's daughter to uncover their shame, for they are of your own household. It is a profane act. You shall not take a woman as a rival in addition to her sister, to uncover her shame, in addition to her while she is still alive. And you shall not approach a woman to uncover her shame in the separation of her uncleanness. And you shall not give your bed of semen to the wife of your neighbor, to bring defilement onto her. And you shall not give any of your offspring to serve a ruler. And you shall not profane the holy name. I am the Lord. And you shall not sleep with a male as in a bed of a woman, for it is an abomination. And you shall not give your bed to any quadruped for sowing to bring defilement on it. Nor shall any woman stand before any quadruped, so as to be mounted, for it is loathsome. Do not defile yourselves in any of these ways, for by all these things the nations I am sending out before your face were defiled, and the land became defiled, and I repaid their evil because of it. And the land was angry with its inhabitants, and you shall keep all my precepts and all my ordinances, and not commit any of these abominations, the inhabitant and the guest among you who is come, for the men of the land who were before you committed all of these abominations, and the land became defiled. Otherwise the land will become angry with you when you defile it, as it became angry with the nations that were before you. For anyone who commits any of all these abominations, the souls that do so shall be exterminated from their people. And keep my ordinances, not to commit any of all these abominable precepts that were done before you, and you shall not be defiled by them, for I am the Lord your God. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the congregation of the sons of Israel, and you shall say to them, You shall be holy, for I am holy, the Lord your God. Let each fear his father and his mother, and you shall keep my Sabbaths. I am the Lord your God. You shall not follow after idols, and you shall not make gods of cast metal for yourselves. I am the Lord your God. And if you offer a sacrifice of deliverance to the Lord, offer it acceptable on your behalf. It shall be eaten on the day you offer it, and on the next day. And if it is left over until the third day, it shall be burned up by fire. But if in eating it is eaten on the third day, it is not fit to be offered, it will not be accepted. And he who eats it shall assume guilt, because he has profaned what is holy to the Lord. And the souls who eat it shall be exterminated from their people. And when you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not make a thorough job of your harvest, to harvest your field altogether, and you shall not gather what falls down of the harvest. and you shall not harvest your vineyard over again, or gather the grapes of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the guest. It is I who am the Lord your God. You shall not steal. You shall not deal falsely. Each of you shall not falsely accuse his neighbor. And you shall not swear by my name in an unjust manner. And you shall not profane the name of your God. It is I who am the Lord your God. You shall not act unjustly towards your neighbor, and you shall not plunder, and the wages of a day laborer shall not rest overnight with you until morning. You shall not speak badly of the deaf, and put an obstacle before the blind. And you shall fear the Lord your God. It is I who am the Lord your God. You shall not do something unjust in judgment. You shall not accept the person of the poor, or admire the person of a high official. With justice you shall judge your neighbor. You shall not go around in deceit among your nation. You shall not conspire against the blood of your neighbor. It is I who am the Lord your God. You shall not hate in your mind your kin. In reproof you shall reprove your neighbor, and you shall not assume guilt because of him. And your own hand shall not take vengeance, and you shall not be angry against the sons of your people, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. It is I who am the Lord. You shall keep my law. You shall not breed your animals to those of a different kind, and you shall not sow your vineyard with something different, and you shall not put on yourself an adulterated garment woven with two materials. And if one lies with a woman in a bed of semen, and she is a domestic carefully guarded for a man, but she by means of release has not been ransomed, neither had freedom been given her, they shall get an inquiry. They shall not die, since she had not been freed. And he shall bring for his error to the Lord at the door of the tent of meeting a ram for error. And the priest shall make atonement for him with the ram for error before the Lord, for the sin that he committed, and the sin he committed shall be forgiven him. Now when you enter into the land that the Lord your God is giving you, and plant any kind of tree for food, then you shall thoroughly purify its uncleanness. 3 years its fruit shall be impure to you, it shall not be eaten. And in the 4th year all its fruit shall be holy, laudable to the Lord. But in the 5th year you shall eat the fruit. Its yield is an increase for you. It is I who am the Lord your God. Do not eat on the mountains, and you shall not practice ornithomancy or divination by means of birds. You shall not make a hair roll out of the hair on your head, or spoil the appearance of your beard. And you shall not make any incisions in your body for a soul, and make any tattooed characters upon you. It is I who am the Lord your God. Do not profane your daughter by making her commit fornication, and the land will not fornicate, and the land shall be full of lawlessness. You shall keep my Sabbaths and be respectful of my sanctuaries. It is I who am the Lord. You shall not follow after ventriloquists, and you shall not attach yourselves to enchanters, to be thoroughly polluted by them. It is I who am the Lord your God. You shall rise before a gray-haired person, and honor the person of the old, and you shall fear your God. It is I who am the Lord your God. Now if some guest approaches you in your land, you shall not oppress him. The guest who comes over to you shall be to you as the native among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were guests in the land of Egypt. It is I who am the Lord your God. You shall not do what is unjust in judgment, in measures, and in standard weights and in balances. You shall have just balances and just standard weights, and an honest half-peck. It is I who am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt. And you shall keep my entire law and all my ordinances, and you shall do them. It is I who am the Lord your God. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, You shall also speak to the sons of Israel. If any of the sons of Israel, or of the guests who have come to Israel, whoever gives any of his offspring to a ruler, by death let him be put to death. The nation in the land shall stone them with stones. And it is I who will set my face against that person, and will utterly destroy him from his people, because he is given of his offspring to a ruler, to defile my holy things, and to profane the name of those consecrated to me. But if the natives of the land should by an oversight overlook with their eyes away from that person, when he gives of his offspring to a ruler in order not to kill him, then I will set my face against that person and his family, and will utterly destroy him from among his people. him and all who are like-minded, in going out to commit fornication with the rulers. And a soul that follows after ventriloquists or enchanters, so as to commit fornication after them, I will set my face against that soul, and will utterly destroy him from his people. And you shall be holy, for I, the Lord your God, am holy. And you shall keep my ordinances and observe them. I am the Lord that sanctifies you. A person who speaks severely with his father or his mother, with death let him be put to death. He has spoken severely with his father or his mother, he shall be liable. A person who commits adultery with the wife of a man, or who commits adultery with the wife of his neighbor, let both the adulterer and the adulteress by death be put to death. And if anyone lies with his father's wife, he has uncovered his father's shame. Let both of them by death be put to death, they are liable. And if anyone lies with his daughter-in-law, let both of them by death be put to death, for they have behaved impiously, they are liable. And he who lies with a male in a bed for a woman, both have committed an abomination. By death let them be put to death, they are liable. He who takes a wife and her mother, it is transgression of the law, they shall burn both him and them with fire. And there shall be no lawlessness among you. And he who gives his sleeping with to a quadruped, by death let him be put to death, and you shall kill the quadruped. And a woman who shall approach any animal for her to be mounted by it, you shall kill the woman and the animal. By death they shall be put to death, they are liable. He who takes his sister from his father or from his mother, and sees her shame, and she sees his shame, it is a disgrace. They shall be exterminated before the sons of their race. He has uncovered his sister's shame, he shall bear guilt. And a man who lies with a woman who sits apart and uncovers her shame, he has laid bare her spring, and she has laid bare her flow of blood. Both of them shall be exterminated from their race. And you shall not uncover the shame of your father's sister, or of your mother's sister. For one has laid bare one's own blood family, they shall carry guilt. He who lies with one who is his relative, he has uncovered the shame of his kinship, they shall die childless. He who takes the wife of his brother, it is impurity, he has uncovered his brother's shame, they shall die childless. And you shall keep all my ordinances and all my judgments and do them. And the land to which I bring you there to settle in it will never be angry with you. And you shall not walk by the precepts of the nations that I am sending out away from you. Because they did all these things, I also abhorred them. And I have said to you, you shall inherit their land. And it is I who will give it to you in possession, a land that is flowing with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God who has separated you from all the nations. And you shall separate them, between the clean animals and between the unclean animals, and between the clean birds and between the unclean. You shall not cause your souls to be loathsome by the animals, and by the birds, and by any of the creeping things of the earth, which I have set apart for you by uncleanness. And you shall be holy to me, for I, the Lord your God, am holy, who has separated you from all the nations to be mine. And a man or a woman, whoever among them becomes a ventriloquist or an enchanter, let both by death be put to death. With stones you shall stone them, they are liable.